Welcome to Zen Zone Health. Today we're diving into a list of foods that might sound delicious but could send you straight to the emergency room if you're not careful. We're talking about 11 popular foods that can be downright deadly if not prepared correctly. So, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon to stay updated with our latest health tips and information.
First up, we're tackling a dish so risky it's practically a death wish on a plate. You guessed it, it's fugu, the infamous pufferfish. This Japanese delicacy is renowned for its delicate flavor, but one wrong move in the preparation and you're staring death in the face. Fugu contains tetrodotoxin, a neurotoxin so potent it makes cyanide look like a walk in the park. We're talking paralysis, respiratory failure, the whole 9 yards. And the worst part, there's no known antidote. Now, I know some of you are thinking, why even bother with this risky fish? Well, when prepared correctly by a licensed chef, fugu can be an exhilarating culinary experience. But I'm warning you amateurs, don't even think about it. Leave this one to the professionals. One slip of the knife, one misidentified organ, and your goose is cooked. So, remember, if you're ever brave enough to try fugu, make sure it's from a reputable restaurant with a chef who knows what they're doing.
Next up, we're heading to the Caribbean, home to sun, sand, and a fruit so dangerous it's banned in several countries. I'm talking about ackee, the national fruit of Jamaica. This deceptively delicious fruit, when fully ripened and prepared correctly, can be a tasty addition to any meal. But unripe ackee is a one-way ticket to vomiting sickness. Unripe ackee contains a toxin called hypoglycin, causing severe vomiting, dehydration, seizures, even coma. In some cases, it can be fatal. When it comes to this fruit, ripeness is key. A ripe ackee fruit will open naturally, revealing 3 large black seeds surrounded by creamy yellow flesh. That flesh is the edible part, but steer clear of those seeds, they're loaded with toxins. If you're ever lucky enough to get your hands on some ripe ackee, make sure you cook it thoroughly.
Now, let's talk about a plant so two-faced, it makes Jekyll and Hyde look like amateurs. I'm talking about rhubarb, the tart, tangy stalk that's a staple in pies, crumbles, and jams. But don't let that innocent-looking stalk fool you, because hiding beneath its rosy exterior lies a dark, secret, deadly leaves. While the stalks of rhubarb are perfectly safe to eat, the leaves are a different story. They contain oxalic acid, which can cause kidney stones, kidney failure, even death in severe cases. Most people wouldn't eat rhubarb leaves, but accidents happen. So, remember, when you're preparing rhubarb, treat those leaves like the enemy. Keep them away from your food and dispose of them properly. Boiling those leaves won't make them safe. Stick to the stalks. Your kidneys will thank you for it.
Let's move on to a snack that's as tricky as it is tasty: cashews. It's not the roasted, salted cashews you find in stores that are the problem. It's their raw, unprocessed counterparts that you need to watch out for. Raw cashews contain urushiol, the same irritant found in poison ivy. We're talking about nasty rashes, itching, blisters, the whole 9 yards. In severe cases, you could be looking at anaphylactic shock. Thankfully, the roasting process destroys urushiol, making those delicious, crunchy cashews safe to eat. So the next time you're craving cashews, stick to the roasted and processed varieties. Your skin, and your stomach, will thank you for it.
Now, let's talk about a berry that's shrouded in mystery and folklore: the elderberry. This small, dark fruit has been used for centuries in traditional medicine, touted for its supposed health benefits. But don't let those claims fool you, because the elderberry is a classic example of a wolf in sheep's clothing. While ripe, cooked elderberries can be used to make jams, syrups, and even wine, their unripe counterparts, along with the seeds and leaves of the plant, harbor cyanogenic glycosides. We're talking about cyanide poisoning, folks. Headaches, dizziness, nausea, vomiting, even respiratory failure in severe cases. When prepared correctly, they can be a tasty and potentially beneficial addition to your diet. Always make sure you're using ripe elderberries and cook them thoroughly before consumption. Steer clear of those leaves and seeds. Be smart, be safe, and leave the elderberry foraging to the experts.
Let's move on to a staple ingredient in many cuisines around the world: the humble red kidney bean. Raw red kidney beans contain a particularly nasty toxin called phytohemagglutinin, a lectin that can wreak havoc on your digestive system. We're talking about severe nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal cramps, the whole 9 yards. They're a nutritious and versatile ingredient when cooked properly. The key here is to soak and cook them thoroughly. Soaking red kidney beans for at least 5 hours, then boiling them for at least 10 minutes at a rolling boil neutralizes the toxin. Cutting corners in the kitchen can have serious consequences. Follow the proper cooking instructions and enjoy your red kidney beans without fear of gastrointestinal distress.
Now, let's talk about a fruit that's as beautiful as it is dangerous. The star fruit. This exotic fruit, with its distinctive star shape and sweet, tangy flavor, is a popular snack in many parts of the world. But beneath its appealing exterior lies a hidden danger, especially for those with kidney problems. Star fruit contains neurotoxins that can interfere with the kidney's ability to filter waste products from the blood. For most people, these toxins are harmless and pass through the body without incident. But for those with pre-existing kidney conditions, consuming star fruit can be a recipe for disaster.
Let's dive into the world of Korean cuisine with a dish that's not for the faint of heart, sanokji, or live octopus. This delicacy involves eating small octopuses that are still wriggling on your plate. This dish comes with a serious health warning: choking hazard. Those little suckers on the octopus's tentacles are still active, even after being chopped up, and they have a nasty habit of clinging to anything and everything, including the inside of your throat. We're talking about serious choking hazards here, folks. If those tentacles get lodged in your airway, you could be in big trouble. If you're determined to try sanokji, there are ways to minimize the risk. Chew, 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 and then chew some more. But remember, this dish is not for the faint of heart or the weak of jaw.
Now, let's talk about a fish that's often mistaken for a tasty treat, but can actually be a deadly imposter, the silver-striped blaesop. This fish, found in tropical waters around the world, bears a striking resemblance to some popular edible species, making it a dangerous catch for unsuspecting fishermen and seafood lovers. But don't let its innocent appearance fool you, because the silver-striped blaesop harbors a dark secret. Potent toxins similar to those found in our old friend, the fugu pufferfish. We're talking about tetrodotoxin, folks, the neurotoxin that can paralyze your respiratory system and send you to an early grave. Unlike fugu, which can be safely prepared by licensed chefs, there's no safe way to eat a silver-striped blaesop. The toxins are found throughout its body, and there's no known antidote. If you're ever unsure about a fish you've caught, it's always best to err on the side of caution and throw it back.
Let's move on to a seemingly harmless ingredient that can actually pack a poisonous punch: bitter almonds. It's not the sweet almonds we commonly snack on that are the problem. It's their bitter counterparts that you need to watch out for. Bitter almonds contain a naturally occurring toxin called amygdalin. This compound, when metabolized in the body, converts to hydrogen cyanide. We're talking about a potentially lethal poison here, folks. Headaches, dizziness, confusion, difficulty breathing, even coma and death in severe cases. Bitter almonds are not commonly found in grocery stores, but they are used in some traditional recipes and extracts. If you're ever unsure about an almond product, check the label carefully and err on the side of caution.
Finally, let's end our culinary journey with a cheese so disgusting, so potentially dangerous, that it's actually illegal in many countries. I'm talking about casu marzu, a Sardinian delicacy that's better known as maggot cheese. This cheese is intentionally infested with live insect larvae, specifically the cheese fly maggot. These little critters are allowed to hatch and feed on the cheese, breaking down its fats and proteins and transforming it into a soft, pungent, and frankly revolting mess. Aside from the obvious ick factor, casu marzu poses some serious health risks. Those wriggling maggots can irritate your stomach lining, causing nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, and diarrhea. The real danger lies in the maggots themselves. These little critters are surprisingly resilient, and they can survive the journey through your digestive system. So unless you have a death wish and a cast iron stomach, I suggest you steer clear of kasu marzu.
So there you have it, 11 popular foods that can be downright deadly if not prepared correctly. Proper preparation and knowledge are essential to avoid potentially fatal consequences. Thanks for watching Zen Zone Health. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more health tips and information.